like just go do it. You'll get there, you'll do it. You'll find value in it. You'll do it again. Like just showing up. Just show up and do the thing. Welcome to Case of the Mondays podcast. My name is Lucas, and I'm your host today without Luke. I got TJ here with us.
Hello.
Of course, and then on the keys over there, Brandon's going to be joining us with a mic
right here.
And a camera and everything.
First time.
First time. No, it's not. First time what?
Well, first time doing both.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
think we should do is I think we should just talk back and forth really fast and ask him questions and, see
And
if
make
he
him
can keep
switch
up
back
with
and
the
forth.
switch.
Yeah, so he's the camera switcher, the co-host today, and the audio guy. And so it'll be great.
If anything goes wrong, it's my fault.
It's that way every week though,
It's
actually.
Yes.
every
But
time.
now it's just on camera.
The
Yeah.
color's messed up's your fault. The lighting's messed up's your fault. The
The
audio's
answer
messed
is,
up.
I think Brandon's responsible. But we, like I said, Case of the Mondays podcast, we're a podcast about faith, family, and a lot of randomness. And yeah, we're blessed, not blessed, that Luke is gone. He's out serving the Lord, I think, last I heard. Is that where he's at?
Yeah, he's
He's-
in Oklahoma on a youth mission trip.
Youth mission
Yep,
trip.
yep.
Yeah. So he's very involved with that. He goes every year. So we're thankful for him and that he gets to go do that. And so, but that does mean we're here without him. So we'll do our best without him. We'll miss him, but we're thankful he's gone.
Any idea how many people went on the trip?
Several.
There was a lot of youth in the bulletin on Sunday. But
Several.
I did not count them.
Yeah.
Several adults. I know there was, a bunch of supervision. So supervision's good.
Yeah. I really don't know. I'm a good friend. Yeah.
Laying around here at Lighthouse.
Yeah, I don't know how many times Brandon's been. You've had to go on a few trips for different random things this year. And
yeah.
just you've had a lot going on, and yeah, I don't. It kind of became an inside joke. I'd say, "Where's Brandon?" And like he'd tell me probably 15 times where he was going, and I just.
If it doesn't go on my calendar, I don't know what it is.
That's what I tell my wife. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist.
That's right.
She doesn't look at a calendar, and so when I put it on the calendar, it doesn't exist to her. She's like, "You didn't tell me about that." It's like, "Well, it's on the calendar."
That is
So.
you have been notified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been-
Tatum would text me when you would ask, "Where's Brandon at?" And I was gone.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, it's probably every day. Well, because I wander over. We have cubicles upstairs, and so I wander over to go look at you and talk to you and bug you a little bit, and you're not there, and it's like, sad.
Yeah. And it was like every 2 weeks I was somewhere. So
Yeah.
it was a lot too. Thanks.
When you work
So,
3 months out of the year,
Yeah,
that's what happens.
I did my 3 months of the year. So.
Yeah.
Like, where in the world is Brandon? Like that, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch that show?
I did.
I remember watching it as a child, but I still to this day have no idea what they're actually doing on that show.
I don't
Is it
remember
like
it
a
all.
geography show and
The
you're
only
like trying to solve where she is or what?
That's a good point.
The only thing I remember of it is that Siloam Springs Church Camp, they had a skit where it was like something, where in the world is that's the only thing I know of it.
I think
never
everyone
seen
knows the
show or
song.
anything.
Yeah.
But you probably in the comments.
I was 5
What is
years
that?
old.
What is
the
that show
about?
about? What are they doing? What's the concept? Is it a game show? I feel like it's a game show.
I really, if you wanted to say, TJ, your life's in jeopardy, answer this question correctly. I think it was a show about, like, an educational show about geography.
Okay.
But I think I was 5 when the
like
show
in the
was-
realm of
yeah.
reading Rainbow.
I mean, yeah, it's similar, but I think
Yeah.
that's it. But I'm not positive.
Did anybody else have Channel 1 news?
We had Channel 1 in 6th grade.
Did y'all have Channel 1 at that point?
Yeah, we hit something.
Where they pre-record
like that.
the news
I
of the
think
day?
we were probably on the end of it, but
Maria
I don't remember
Menounos,
anything from
I
it.
remember her. She was the spokeslady, and now she's the spokeslady at the movie theater before the movies.
Who is it?
Maria Menounos.
Oh.
She was one of the hosts there.
Yeah.
I
See,
remember
we
she
watched Toy
comes on-
Story 5 last night.
She comes on at the movies, and you're like, oh, that's the Channel 1 lady.
Huh, how about that? That's cool. No, I used to love reading Rainbow Days with, I don't remember his name. What was
Yeah.
his name? Did y'all have Reading Rainbow?
I don't have any idea, but I remember like the
Reading Rainbow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that LeVar Burton? Was that his name? He was from Star Trek. I do know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I may have butchered that.
But that was fun. That was kind of like
what a career! Star Trek and Reading Rainbow.
I feel like how it's made.
Yeah,
Those shows
that's him, LeVar Burton.
Good
Reading
job.
Rainbow. Known for his roles in Star Trek and Reading Rainbow.
Man, that's his IMDb. Star Trek and Reading
That was
Rainbow.
his Wikipedia.
Oh. Be a good IMDb though. Yeah, so we'll kind of get into some things this morning. I guess it's morning, almost lunchtime. How was the weekend, guys? Brandon, how was your weekend?
It was good. What did we do? We went swimming on Saturday. My in-laws were in town, so we took Cooper to the pool. Went and swam a little bit. He doesn't really get off the steps, and although he can touch the bottom of the shallow end now, which is like he's 3.5, how can he do that?
Because he's a massive 3.5-year-old.
He's big.
Very tall.
Yeah, and then we Sunday we grilled out for like my parents and Christian's parents were there, and then we went and saw Toy Story 5 after nap time last night. So it was good.
Well, how would you rate Toy Story 5? What do you give us the who's Roger and Ebert's? Is that who that is? Roger Ebert?
Roger is Ebert.
Oh.
Roger Ebert. It was Siskel and Ebert. I
Siskel
remember,
and
but
Ebert,
I
okay.
don't know that Siskel, he may have died. I don't
Okay.
know what happened to him.
But Roger Ebert is a person.
Yeah, it's not Roger and Ebert. I think he is.
Not Roger Ebert. What is
On my scale of
How many lighthouses would you give it?
I'm going to say like 7. I think it was like for a kids movie. I think it was solid.
Is it better than Goat? Goat is
I have
the
not
worst
seen
children's
Go.
movie.
Okay,
I hate
I
it.
haven't seen that. It was a movie about kids being on screens too much,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of like you're watching this movie. But Cooper went home and played with toys after that, and so that's what the toys encouraged in the movie. So I think that's a solid message. But
Right.
Did you ever see those YouTube shorts where they act like Andy's coming? Have you seen those?
Uh-uh.
They're funny.
where they just
They just
drop
all-
dead
they just all-
or not drop dead,
All
but
fall
like
out.
freeze.
Yeah, it's like somebody goes, Andy's coming, and all these adults just
Oh,
crumple.
That's
funny.
funny.
Like they're toys.
like
It's
they're in
funny.
real life?
Yeah.
Like it's just a kind of like a dance mob type thing?
Yeah, kind of like
opposite.
that. Flash
It
mob.
was cool. I felt like they completed a couple things from like earlier Toy Story movies. Can't give too many like spoilers out there.
I mean, it's been out for like 3 days. We can
Yeah.
spoil.
You think so?
No.
Reddit was the summer
Better not.
block.
I don't know if parents would like it. Kids won't care because they're not going to understand it. We're going to do it.
I
You
wouldn't spoil.
complete some of Jessie's
Okay.
story, which is like because she's got the issue of like being abandoned and stuff like that, and they like kind of bring some of that full circle and like it.
Sounds a little heavy for a kids movie.
Well, I feel like they all have something that's like a little bit more serious in it.
A deeper meaning. That's
So,
probably
yeah.
why they've been so popular. Because it's entertaining for all
I
involved.
always liked the soundtrack. We had Toy Story 1 soundtrack. I loved that.
Is that Randy Newman?
I think so.
Yeah. He's got some interesting songs.
In me.
Have you ever listened
That's
to?
about the only one I know.
Randy Newman doesn't show up on my Spotify very
You
often.
need to look up Randy Newman "Short People." It's a interesting song. I played that for you. I think.
Yes, I
I've
was gonna
played
say,
that.
that's ringing some bells.
It's
I
a
don't know.
very interesting song. Short people have no reason to live, is what it says.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I think we could read the lyrics. It'd be pretty funny. But
You want me to read the lyrics?
yeah, read the lyrics. If you've never heard that song.
Am I going to get...
So imagine the Toy Story guy singing, "You Got a Friend in Me."
Here we go.
You meant to-
1977.
Yeah.
Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason to live. They got little hands and little eyes, and they walk around telling great big lies. They got little noses and little tiny teeth. They wear platform shoes on their nasty little feet. Whoa. Maybe there's I'm scrolling through here. Well, there's not a redeeming...
No, it's a crazy song. And so
I'm
the
glad-
last line is, well, I don't want no short people. Don't want no short people around here.
yeah.
I'm glad we had you read this song since your brother's
Yeah.
not here today.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, and he's going to watch this, but we did have to raise the camera up several degrees to frame me in it, but it's okay. I've been taller than him his whole
Yeah,
life.
it was at the beginning before we started recording, and the comment was made that he's been taller than Luke most of his life, and in fact, you've been taller than him your whole life, or his whole life.
I have been. There's never been a time in his life where he has not looked up to me.
It's okay.
Both physically and figuratively.
But he can run further and faster than you. Would you
He
agree?
can run faster.
You don't think he can run faster than you?
I don't know.
I would put my money.
I know
on
he
it.
can run
I would
further.
do that.
I don't know. I know.
Oh,
he can
he's
run further.
mad right now listening to this. He is so, I guarantee you, when he hears this, he will be fired up.
I think I can run faster than the length of a basketball court than he can, but probably about as far as I can run.
Next week we have results of y'all at our pace. So.
No, that's good.
But if it involves running more than a half a block, he can
run far.
He can run far. And he can run far fast.
Mm-hmm. He can. So you straight line speed, your 60 time.
My 40 times higher than his.
Your home plate to first base is faster.
Yeah, that's only 60 feet. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I'll probably pull a hamstring doing that.
Oh yeah, Luke's definitely going to be like, "There's no way."
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's good.
I'm pretty quick. I'm big, but I'm quick.
That's awesome. I'm not saying you're
I
slow.
got magic feet.
Well, good. That's awesome. What about your weekend, TJ? What'd you do?
My weekend was good. I'm trying to think. Friday office was closed Friday. So Friday I worked a little bit, but chilled at the house because it was Drew's last day. Drew went to camp on Saturday, so we took him to camp. It was just a chill weekend. This was like the first weekend of summer for us.
I agree.
We had baseball. When school let out, we still had a week or two of baseball, and then last week was VBS, and so that was an every evening thing. But like last night we were minus one child because Drew was at camp, but it was one of those where it's just like, hey, what are we doing tomorrow night? I don't know. You know?
What a weird feeling.
I don't know that we have a plan for tonight. You mentioned the calendar earlier. I don't know if that was on camera or not, but the calendar says after 3:30, Posey family's out of business. So
yeah.
we can do
Does that
whatever
feel
we want.
good?
Feels good. Wes has still got a baseball practice on the calendar that I'm deleting right now for tomorrow. And man, we don't got nothing to do tomorrow either. Just sell houses and hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. So what else? So what'd you say you did?
That was it yesterday, Father's Day. Shout out to my wife and children making a special day. I received several gifts from the kids, and then Jenny made a crab and lobster boil at the house. First time we've ever done that. About 4:00 yesterday, she was like, I want to do this. And I was like, okay. So we did. We just
I almost asked where you got it from. Did it look
Kroger.
good? I meant like.
Oh,
yeah. I did ask.
Yeah.
The platter photo looked,
Yeah.
it was good.
It was legit.
Yeah. Yeah. I told him in our text message that it was rude that he sent a picture of it without inviting us over.
That was the sole reason, is because to be rude.
Look what I got.
Look what I got. Nanny boo boo.
Yeah. No, it looked really good. That's one of my favorite meals is crab, potatoes, and sausage.
So she knows this. This is not a diss on her, but crab is not my favorite because of the work involved to do so.
Yeah.
So
But
it was still a good. No diss on that. But for me personally, crab was a treat, and the lobster tail was obviously a treat. But I'm a bit low barrier to entry type food guy. I want to eat.
I feel that way about crawfish. Crawfish is delicious, but
I went through 17 napkins.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It's a labor of love, the eating of the crab meat.
yeah. Crawfish is
Not
a
a
whole lot of work for a very tiny piece.
Yeah. I'm not a big seafood guy, but I love the other things in the boil, you know?
Yeah.
And
The corn turned out real good yesterday.
on a little
The
bit of
sausage was
a
good. Shrimp was
side
good.
note, I was listening to the Buzz, the sports radio, and they were talking about this place pulling, I guess, claws off of crabs and then letting it grow back. And so it was like, if you got do you eat the claw?
Yeah, we had claws.
So it was like you could theoretically if you had a good tasting claw,
It's like a
let
farm?
it grow back. Yes.
Is that real? Did you fact check it?
No, it was, on sports radio,
No,
so I'm not
starfish,
verifying anything.
I think a starfish will regrow an arm, so maybe a crab will regrow a claw.
I just had never heard any of that before. So
Well, our
Crustaceans.
listeners are going to try this and have a bunch of very wounded crabs.
Were they saying that the farms do that, or they're going to do it themselves? Like they're going to have a pet
they
crab?
read it that somewhere was doing that.
Hmm.
So, but
Interesting.
just we talk about things that we don't know anything about sometimes, and they also do.
I don't know about y'all, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Good. Well,
What
that's
about
awesome.
you? You already hit your weekend yet?
No, I haven't. Father's Day weekend, it was like TJ said, we were off Friday, so we kind of just hung around the house. Bailey actually went into work. VBS was last week, but we don't have it on Fridays, but she went and cleaned some things up administratively, budget stuff and that sort of thing. And so she was there. I had the kids most of the day on Friday. We had baseball practice Friday night. Saturday, we had our first ever tournament, baseball tournament, six and under, little all-star team for Russellville, and we went up to Conway and had a baseball tournament and learned a lot. The kids had a lot of fun. We didn't win a game, but that's okay. I mean, honestly, I'm not mad about it at all. Like, it was just a good experience.
Yes, you got to learn.
It was a good experience. That the rules are a little bit different than what we play in league, which had an effect. And the team we played first obviously had played this style before. So like running the bases and things like that, being more aggressive.
Yeah.
Kind of get you.
That'll wake you up.
Yo,
When
dude,
they
shell shocked.
They're going second base every time.
Yeah. Kids are shell shocked, not knowing what to do after. But like the repetition of 3 games, and by the end of it, they started to understand. So we got blown out pretty good the first game, but then we lost by one run the next game, lost by 1 run the last game. And so we scored runs. We hit the ball pretty well. Just some minor defensive stuff, but it was a lot of fun. The kids had fun. Half of them were upset we lost, and half of them asked if we lost when we lost, and then half of them, being one of them, was like, "Are we done? Is the tournament over? Like, did we win that?" And so varying degrees of of knowing where they're at in the game, but they all had a good time, and I think it's just cool to see them maturing and learning that stuff. And so they all want to keep doing it. So
are you a Nukes coach now, or are you in the mix?
I guess
in the discussion phase.
No, we're gonna do it 6, 7 and under Nukes. I'm gonna do it. I just think, tournament baseball, going to that tournament and seeing how some teams act and the seriousness they take it and that sort of thing. I want to be a healthy outlet. Like you've talked about, Brad Goss, Drew Van Ness, and I didn't know the Nukes guys, but I had lunch with them, and they're all kind of cut from that same cloth. I think John Paul's probably the same. And so baseball's fun. Baseball's important. You learn a lot of life lessons through baseball, but it's a sport. It's a game. And so it doesn't need to, be your life. We're going to protect Sundays and Wednesdays as much as we can. And what I told the parents as I sent out the link was, protecting Sundays, protecting Wednesdays, building friendship and teamwork, and preventing burnout. I think if we can do those things, then it will be a good fun time.
Tons of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just perspective. I think the entire athletic sports world could use a little perspective like that. As guys in their late 30s, mid to late 30s, every sport we watch, we put our hopes and dreams on the back of children of different ages, whether they're 5-year-old or 18 years old or 25-year-old, with the exception of 2 football players that I can think of. Every one of these they're younger than us, and the pressure and the all of it is probably misguided to a massive degree. And so if we can keep it under perspective, like these are children, we want them to play for their benefit and not for our benefit, is massive.
Yeah.
And so I think the Nukes organization in particular does a good job protecting that and knowing that, we're not playing for today. We're playing for, and Hayden put it, we want these kids to make their high school teams and to make them better. And that's kind of the goal, I think, for a vast majority of it. Yeah. And the sad thing about the layout of youth sports right now is you kind of have to. It's kind of a beast you have to deal with, the travel sports. There are, and I'm not the guy that says that if you don't play when you're 10, you're going to get left behind. But you will get left out. Your buddies will be on teams, and you're that's one thing Brad has said, that our team, we want them together because they are already together. And if you don't stay together, then everybody dissolves. And so that's more of the reason for it than anything, is just to stay together and have some continuity.
Yeah. No, I agree. I can see that 100%.
If you don't coach a team this year with those kids that you like,
it's your chance.
there will be a couple that go out and find that, and then they're gone forever, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, within reason. And so you're not going to get left behind, but you might get left out.
Yep. No,
And not that that's what we do it for, but that's kind of the crux of it.
Yeah. Yeah, if they find something they want to do and they like,
So there's Nukes teams for every age. Is
7 to 12.
Is
Or maybe
that
7 to
the
13.
only like travel team here in Russellville? So because there's got to be more 7-year-olds playing ball, right?
Yeah, there are other teams in the community. The Russellville Nukes is a Russellville team, but there's a team out of Pottsville, quote unquote, out of Pottsville, that is the Mafia team. And Tracy's organization has a team called the Aftershock. And so there are regionally local, but one thing I remember from being a kid, and probably you guys too, is playing with the people you actually live life with. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think the Nukes is cool, because when we played, we had an all-star team, but it was our buddies from school, and if we don't have something like that, then the kids who want to will go play on a regional team, or a team from Lamar, or a team from Conway, and then you just lose that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's real cool to be able for the kids to play with their friends, because rec league is different, and I wish that had a bigger presence too. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't do it, the kids that want to play competitively, maybe even more than I do, they'll go find somewhere else and they're going to stay there.
Yeah. And that's kind of was my thinking too, is like, if I want Crew to be involved, if he wants to play, if he wants to be involved, like, this is a good way. And I like coaching. I didn't know how much I'd like, even from the league on, baseball was my sport growing up. And so it's more natural. I've coached upward, I like playing basketball. I don't have basketball knowledge. Mm-hmm. I don't know how positioning and all that stuff, to a degree I do, but when it comes to someone that grew up playing basketball all the way through and has head coaching, that's not me. Baseball, I studied the game. I umpired the game growing up. I played through, I didn't play in college, but I played through high school, but I was kind of a student of the game. And so positioning and those things kind of come back. You haven't thought about it in a long time, but when we're out there, it's kind of fun to reach back into my brain and find that information and get to share it. And it's just, and then watching the kids that actually want to be there and learn and be involved, it's very, very rewarding. But I will say this too, if you want to see dads in their flesh, me included,
moms too,
go to their first tournament game that they're playing. Because we had more screaming and yelling.
You did have a little blow up?
Oh, not mad.
No, but just
intense.
Listen to me. Yes.
Well, not even at the kids, just trying to get them to do what you want them to do.
That's what I mean. They take off running from first. I'm the first base coach, and they take off running, and you're going stop, and as loud as you can.
Yeah,
and you ain't stopping them.
Yeah, you have to check yourself. If there's not someone there to check you, or you don't have some self awareness, it can get out of hand real quick. But it was fun. It was a good experience all around, I would say.
And there's a difference between volume and tone. Yeah. I would say that, and there's a lot of volume, and there's some tone too. You also see kind of the. I don't want to seem holier than thou, but there are some things that's we do this better than
oh,
that.
Sure.
And that's one of the good things about being the coach too, is you have some say, and you can steer a lot of it from the things that I don't agree with.
And that was funny too, with 6-year-olds, we had the conversation after the first inning, we had a conversation with the kids. Our mad voice at home and our excited voice sound a lot alike. Mm-hmm. When we're yelling at you out here, we're excited. We're not mad at you. We're just excited, and we're trying to get your attention. And so, and they got that. They understood.
Yeah.
It's I said, in fact, my excited voice is probably louder than my mad voice.
Yeah. I've had parents video me jumping up and down from just trying to, get someone's attention.
Yeah.
And
it's funny. Yeah. The loudest I had to scream out, almost having the ball in the outfield, kids are running around the base, and the kids
watching.
Holding the ball.
Yeah, that's great.
It's throw the ball in as loud as you can. And
throw it somewhere.
And they're so far away from you, they can't. They're frozen. It's funny. It was funny. but in the moment, I lost my voice. So,
Great times.
Anyway.
Great times.
well, yeah, good deal. And then finally, we had some kids over to swim last night from the baseball team, and that was fun. So, like you were saying, I finally feel like our commitments for the first half of the year are kind of behind us. We don't have anything that we're necessarily super committed to in the near future, and so we kind of just got to sit there and watch kids have fun and not feel like we had to be anywhere. And yesterday evening, because we lost early in the day,
Yeah.
and so that was good. And we don't have anything we have to do tonight. We don't have anything we have to do tomorrow, and we're going to rest and relax for a minute.
Sweet.
Yeah. But, yeah. So what do we got? Moving on kind of to the next thing we normally talk about here. We got days of the, or what day is it? Is that
What day is it?
Yeah,
That's what
that's
Luke says.
Luke's thing. So, yeah.
Or what?
What day is it?
Yeah.
Still on Randy Newman. Back out. Let's see. National Day calendar. So today is June 22nd. And today there are 3 or 4 main days. I still want to know how these become holidays.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like day number 1 is National Kissing Day, June 22nd. You know,
How do you celebrate that?
how do you celebrate it? Well, you can watch movies with great kissing, but I don't know that I support that. But
yeah.
That's one I would probably. Yeah.
I'm just reading it.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
These are not, the views expressed on this podcast are not necessarily.
Yeah. Time yourself. Can you beat the longest kissing record in the world? These people with names I can't pronounce currently hold the record at 58 hours, 35 minutes, and 58 seconds of kissing. I don't know that I want to own that record. Share a story about your first kiss. Share stories of kisses gone wrong. And talk about your favorite on-screen kiss. Those things are not real applicable in my life. I don't have
The authors of that have a different worldview.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
National Onion Ring Day, though, boy. Let's talk about Onion Rings Day.
Did you know that they changed their onion rings over there, Fat Daddies?
Really?
No.
Their onion rings used to be bomb. Are they not?
They had a little bit of like that kick with the seasoning.
Yeah.
I think the seasoning's out. They're still fried really good.
Did they
but
change their fried pickles too? Because their
And the
fried
chicken.
pickles and your onion rings were
I'm
the
not
same.
a pickle guy, so I haven't tried
What-
those. But I've heard the chicken strips changed too.
So it's
I think
right.
the
I mean, because
whole
they use the same
batter-
breading there.
The
I feel like.
batter's changed.
Yeah, I think that's what it was
Well,
too.
we may have to have onion rings for lunch and see. Just try it out.
Yeah. Who has all? Okay, so they have onion rings. Who locally has onion rings?
I'm not a big
Sonic
onion ring.
has,
I don't really order onion
I
rings.
bet.
Jenny
yeah.
likes onion rings, but I don't. It's not my go-to.
If it's not, the old batter at Fat Daddy's was good. I like the blossoms too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the appetizer ones. Do those count? I'm assuming.
That's an onion. I
it's
never
a
really
fried
thought about
onion,
it, but
right?
it is an onion ring.
Yeah.
It's an onion.
So Colton's
pile.
has that.
Yeah.
Colton's
I
has that.
think Brangus.
Brangus has a
that
fried
too.
onion.
Yeah.
I don't know, but a good fried onion never goes.
Mm-hmm.
But the type of ranch you have really makes the onion blossom. If it's like a spicy ranch, real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little chipotle type.
Chipotle.
Yeah, eat an onion ring today. That's what it says.
Let's celebrate Onion Ring Day and not Kissing Day.
Yeah. Ooh, just don't do it at the same time. You imagine having onion rings and then kissing day. There's probably a proper order to that. Kissing first, then onion ring.
And going back to kissing, I mean, I think surprise your wives with a kiss. I think if you're married,
My wife is
Yeah.
never surprised by my kiss.
We're definitely not kissing for 58 hours.
no.
Today
doing
is
nothing for
our
58 hours.
7-year anniversary.
Hey,
Oh,
happy
congrats.
birthday. Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary of the birth of your marriage.
Yeah. I have a unpopular opinion probably. I'm not into birthday celebrations. I think anniversary celebrations should be more important than birthday celebrations. You only have one, so you don't have to do two. You only have one. And when two become one flesh, that's my pitch.
I
So
feel
you're
like
saying
when you get to a certain
Husband
age,
and wives
you
don't
want
need
to count
birthdays.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
Celebrate your
Make the
anniversary.
anniversary bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't celebrate birthdays, celebrate your anniversary.
I'm not opposed to that.
I don't hate it.
That's my pitch.
I do. I was thinking just like this weekend as it was coming up upon us. I feel like getting married and having a kid are two things that I feel like have like accelerated my days, like make them go by faster.
Like
Time
100%.
and everything.
We're just like
You know,
asking
and I think
Alex,
those are good things that make it go by faster.
Yeah.
So
Alex in our meeting this morning asked what everybody's weekend goes. Like, I played lots of golf and I went swimming in the creek, and I was like, "Yep, hadn't done those in 13 years."
Yeah. No kids.
And his weekend
No
probably went by
commitment.
real slow, but yeah, the hours go by super fast. Also today, National Chocolate Eclair Day, which I don't know if I've ever had a chocolate eclair, but I've seen one and they look pretty good. So
What is that? I mean, I've heard of it.
it is like a donut with, it's like a long rectangular shaped donut with chocolate on top and some kind of cream filling in the middle.
it looks good.
It's a pastry.
It does look
pretty
good.
It does look good.
Kind of looks like a chocolate covered Twinkie.
The word eclair comes from the French word meaning flash of lightning. Interesting.
I wonder if it's like I guess it's probably flash fried, I bet.
I don't know, but I know that I could probably eat one in a flash of lightning. Oh, for instance, you might say you ate that in a flash. Some people suggest the eclair is so named because it's eaten so quickly. Another interpretation, however, says that the name came from the glistening of the frosting, which resembles lightning. The first known English language recipe for eclairs was in 1884 in the Boston Cooking School Cookbook by Mrs. D.A. Lincoln. It's not even French. It's Boston. Best places. Apparently there's a place in Houston, Texas that is the best place to get an eclair. Also New York City, Washington, D.C., Racine, Wisconsin, Alpharetta, Georgia, San Francisco, California, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Louisiana. They have some tips on making eclair, which I'm not going to read because I'm not going to make any eclairs. And they're researching the origins of this sweet holiday. So that are the days of, this one. I saw this one a second ago. National HVAC Tech Day, which I shout out to the HVAC techs in the world. Mm-hmm. That is a great career path. I've told my children that, college is for some people, trades are for some people. And if college is not for them, that'd be a great trade to go into.
When did air conditioning become that's a pretty young profession probably too, right?
Yeah, I would say, let's say 50, 60 years. I bet it started becoming popular.
What did you say?
I bet the first air conditioning, like the modern day air conditioning would be 1940. I feel like it's after World War II. We'll say 1948.
Yeah, I was thinking like when it started to gain popularity, not like when the first one was invented.
Yeah.
So, according to this, which has been wrong countless times before, mind you, it's as wrong as we are. Central heating and air as we know it was born in the early 1900s, but
I assume it was like a luxury thing early on.
yes.
Right.
Sunbelt cities with triple-digit summers became more attractive places to live when the AC was widely adopted in the 1960s.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually say HVAC technicians go everywhere you hate to. Crawl spaces, attics, and all points in between. Maintain your HVAC. Give your HVAC tech a shout out on social media. In 2016, ARS Rescue Router, a national provider of home services, created National HVAC Tech Day to show appreciation for all the industry techs. I think we should look into it Lighthouse Day. Mm-hmm. If they got a day for kissing
celebrate?
and eclairs, it needs to be on what day? What day is good?
I feel like the way it works, we'll have a Lighthouse Real Estate Day, a Lighthouse Insurance Day. I feel like they just make days
Every
for
day is
everything.
Lighthouse.
Yeah,
So
for every branch.
But who are we celebrating? Just us?
Maybe we celebrate lighthouses.
Lighthouses?
I bet there is a
I bet there's
Lighthouse Day.
National Lighthouse Day, I bet.
Yeah, I think there is one too. My guess, like the 60 years, I was just thinking that because of when I was in San Diego, a lot of houses out there don't have AC or they add it later.
Really?
And a lot of them were built around then. And, I guess if the air is 60 degrees, you're good with it. But I mean, 70 degrees, 75 is what they say. But
Yeah, I remember growing up.
75's too hot.
I remember growing
yeah,
up.
we're used to 66 here, and it's too hot. I agree.
I vividly remember for some reason growing up, I don't know how old I was, but Chicago having a heat wave and people dying in Chicago because of a heat wave. And then I remember it being like in the 90s. I'm like, I'm from Arkansas. Like, 90s are killing people? It's like they don't have any air conditioning, and I don't know what, I don't know. I don't know the...
Yeah, I remember having a neighbor growing up that was from Seattle at one point, and he had talked about cars up there not having AC and stuff in them because you just didn't need them and stuff. And there was some kind of problems like that up there. So I don't know when, but and I was young, so I could be making that up again. So.
As a larger human, on the larger side of the human spectrum, AC is one of my favorite things. I will not own a car with no AC. Will not own a house with no AC. National Lighthouse Day is annually celebrated on August the 7th to commemorate the signing of the 1789 Lighthouse Act and to honor the significance of lighthouses in maritime navigation. That is a Thursday this year, so
I was just going to
talk about it on the Monday podcast, but I think we should look into it. We could just create another one. We could say it's also celebrated, which we haven't done yet because Luke's not here, but this podcast is brought to you by lighthouse companies, real estate, financial planning, insurance companies. That's what we do. We know a lot more about that than we know about other things, so we would love to help you navigate those waters, those maritime waters of life. The lighthouse can be your guide.
Amen.
Amen. Rest of the days, there's a couple of cool birthdays and stuff that I noticed. Let me go back to that, and we'll breeze through it because I know we're running a little long. The baseball talk lasted a while. Famous birthdays. I normally don't do obscure ones, but Robert Gurley Drew, born in 1899, invented masking tape and cellophane tape. So those are cool things. Johnny Jacobs was the announcer for the Newlywed Game and the Dating Game. He was born on this date in 1916. Bill Blass, he just was a fashion guy. Chris Christopherson was born on June 22nd, 1936. One of the greatest songwriters in country music history. Meryl Streep was born on this date. Cyndi Lauper was born on this date. And Dan Brown, the author of The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons, which I'm not a big fan, born on this date too. So happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then historical events. Man, these historical events, some of the stuff in our history is just downright bad. I'll read it, fine.
Twist your arm.
We do not endorse this, but this is if we do not remember history, we're doomed to repeat it.
There you go.
June 22nd, 1839, the Trail of Tears began forcing the ethnic cleansing of 16,000 Native Americans.
And it came through Russellville, Arkansas, apparently.
Russellville, Arkansas.
Yeah.
I have Cherokee heritage, and I think I'm like 1/16 Cherokee, but it's just like, what? Whose idea was this?
Yeah.
What
I
you
think
have?
we had some relatives that didn't participate in it because of, obviously what it's known for and how rough it was.
Mm-hmm.
So.
On this date in 1870, Congress created the U.S. Department of Justice. I don't know if you think it's a good thing or a bad thing, but
What year? 1960?
1870.
1870.
DOJ has been DOJing for a long time. But justice is good. Don't get me wrong. Big fan of justice. But whose justice? Big fan of God's justice. 1940, on this date, the first Dairy Queen opened in Illinois.
They also have onion rings
They also,
Dairy
and
Queen.
dip cones.
Does Arby's have onion rings?
yeah,
I don't think
they
I
do.
don't think so. They got like 3 different types of fries.
Curly fries,
and
straight fries, onion rings, matzo sticks. If they can fry it, Arby's will fry it.
So we got Sonic and Arby's and Colton's, Fat Daddy's.
Brangus.
Fat Daddy's.
Fat Dad.
Brangus.
Brangus does onion rings? Or they do a Blossom?
They do a Blossom.
Really? I didn't know that.
They do a Blossom.
Fan of Brangus. If you're from Russell, Arkansas, go check out Brangus. Brangus is good, local restaurant. Matt Brady, friends of the pod. Maybe not, but I like him.
We have a lot of alleged friends of the pod that don't know anything about the pod. The Pledge of Allegiance became officially recognized by Congress in June 22nd of 1942. I almost said 1492, 1942. and was formally adopted into the U.S. flag code on December 28th, 1945. So for 3 years we had a pledge, but it wasn't adopted into the flag code. GI Bill was signed in 1944 on this date. And then the last thing was 1955. So America, we got to step our game up. Nothing good has happened on this date in 70 years, but 1955, Walt Disney released the theatrical film Lady and the Tramp. First Disney film to be filmed in the CinemaScope widescreen format. So that was 71 years ago, and we haven't done anything good since. So get with it, America. Mm-hmm. Do something good today.
Yep. Do something good.
250 years.
250 birthday.
Right.
I'm kind of pumped about the 250 birthday. I'm pumped about seeing just a lot of pre-4th of July decorations and stuff. Like, it's cool.
My wife bought a shirt this weekend from Academy that had like 250 on it.
Yeah, it's neat.
Just because of,
My father,
patriotism.
For what it's worth, anecdote, he still talks about the bicentennial in 1976. He remembers the 200th birthday. I don't know what we call the 250th in terms of, bicentennial or semi-tricentennial or what do you call it? But
I'm just going to go with 250.
250. But it's kind of cool that he talks about that.
I remember.
He would have been 16, I think, at the time.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Those that were alive then, I wasn't alive. I was not alive. Something about silver fire hydrants. Do you know anything about silver fire hydrants?
Fire hydrants are red and yellow where I come from.
I know, but it's something about
Mostly
silver.
yellow.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be cool for the kids to get to experience and just patriotism. Luke's alluded to it when he was talking about the World Cup match and the UFC on the White House lawn. Just patriotism is fun. We can all unite about being that common fact should unite us all.
Are y'all doing any extra for July 4th? Doing anything extra?
I'm going to try to keep my kids from
big deal?
Blowing their hands off. That's the goal. We don't have that planned. We're still
You got nothing on
the calendar
right
for
now.
that day. I imagine we'll grill some food and swim in the pool and shoot some fireworks. But July 4th,
Heck, that's a week away. 2 weeks away.
that is 12 days away.
Got a big golf tournament this coming weekend.
Yep.
You're gonna have to miss.
It's all right.
Luke's gone.
I think I've determined I like the idea of golf.
You like
The
that? Yeah.
camaraderie of golf more than I like actually playing golf.
I agree. I could get behind that.
Like you said, hey, we're going to go hang out with our buddies for 4 hours. It's like, I'm behind that. But, let's go stand out here and sweat and get mad and throw stuff and, be frustrated the whole time. It's like, I'd rather go hang out with my buddies and do something else.
Yeah.
Go fishing.
I've determined that most things I get angry about, and anger in general is really fed by unmet expectations.
Ooh.
If your expectations are right, you'll be fine.
Well, my expectations the last golf tournament were perfectly.
And you were happy, weren't you?
I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's important.
Unmet expectations. If you go out expecting to shoot good and you don't, you're mad. I'm mad. I'm talking about myself. If I go out and expect to shoot good and I don't, which is most of the time, I get mad.
I go out and expect to actually hit the ball, and most of the time I hit the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You still got that bad wrist, though.
Yeah, but my expectations took this into account, and I was fine.
It helps you manage expectations.
Manage expectations.
Yep.
There you go. So just break your wrist and manage your expectations.
Yep. Good times.
Anything from either one of you guys that were a dad win or a fail? Anything that you can pinpoint over the last week that's...
I am enjoying our screen time arrangement at my house.
Oh, you're still doing it? I mean, you're sticking with it? Cool.
We have incorporated, some people may throw shade at this, but I don't care. It's not your house. But a mandatory 15 minutes-ish of quiet time and Bible reading. Now, granted, it's mandatory. Like, it's a part of, but they're 10 and 7, and 5-year-old can't read yet. But, like, we're going to start our day with this. We're going to build this discipline into our lives. And it may be done in order to get something, which I don't really, that's obviously not a good character trait, but I want them to have that discipline that this is what we're going to do, and it will yield fruit. But I know my wife is going through James with them, and James is a real practical book about faith and works. And one of the things that we've tried to teach them from early on is be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. I think those are 3 things that I think myself included, everyone could use a little more of. And so if they're doing that so that they can get an extra 15 minutes of iPad time, I'm okay with it at this point, because the Word of God does not return void.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a good message for anybody. If you're like, just,
You got to move.
you don't have to have this strong desire to want to read your Bible when you're getting started learning how to study the Bible. Like, I don't think you have to want to. You just need to do it. And if you just do it, you force yourself to do something, and it's of good value, you will start to see the value, and it will draw you back into it. And so, like, I think a lot of times in life, like, I don't want to go exercise today. Well, just go exercise. The act of going to exercise is the battle. Like, just go do it. You'll get there. You'll do it. You'll find value in it. You'll do it again. Like, just showing up. Just show up and do the thing.
You're saying it doesn't matter if you're genuine or not in your desire. There's still results involved?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing. That was the...
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think something's good for you and you do it. And so, like, the head knowledge, the logic of it can lead to the fruit of the thing that you should be seeking.
I agree.
I mean, I don't think you don't strive for that, but I think what you said, I say.
And to be honest, I'm currently trying to read through Ezekiel as fast as possible because I am not enjoying Ezekiel. But I know that it does not return void, and it's just so repetitive.
Yeah.
God is working out his vengeance on Israel and the neighbors, and it's just on and on and on and on. One thing I did learn that I've been more cognizant of, I've always prayed for God to use me for something. And I think the revised prayer is, use me, but don't use me like you did Ezekiel. Because God used Ezekiel, and that guy had probably a miserable existence. He was 30 years old, and God made him like sleep on his side, lay on his side out in public for like a year and a half, and eat food cooked over poo and all kinds of things that God told him to do. And it's like, I don't know that I want that kind of, don't use me that way. All kinds of stuff that guy had to do that would not be ideal. But he did it. And hey, he did it, probably didn't want to. Yeah. But he did it because it was obedience. And I haven't finished the book, so I don't know, I don't know if he stayed the course and ended well or not, but he's currently obeying. Yeah.
In the midst of it. Brandon, what about you? Any dad fails or wins? Let's focus.
And this weekend we did a lot. We're really trying to push Cooper to swim a little bit more in the pool. That didn't go super great, but
the best way to do that? Throw him in.
Throw.
No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah. He can't swim, but we're just gonna throw. No.
I hear that from the older generations. I don't know that I put in the comments if that's ever worked out for you.
Yeah.
I did.
Without daddy wounds.
Yeah. So he can touch the bottom of the pool, and I told him not to go past this point because it starts to go deeper. And I was right there beside it, and he was walking out kind of exploring, and he went too far, and I just kind of let him go underwater just for a second, and then I grabbed him. And I held him, and I was like, "Hey, this is why I told you not to do that." And, there's 3 of us in the pool, so everything's fine. But so we worked through that. But we went to Aldi this weekend.
Okay.
And they just have random stuff there, and they had it was $40 Lego Toy Story set that we just kind of got him just as like we love you, and we haven't done that a lot. We've got 2 sets of grandparents and then some aunt and uncles that act as 3rd and 4th sets of grandparents. Yeah. And so, You know, when it comes to birthday stuff, it's like you're getting socks or something like that.
Right.
But so we did that, and that felt good just to like get him something because we love you. Like you didn't have to do anything to earn this.
That's cool.
Just yours, you know. So
That's awesome. Good deal. Well,
Legos don't ever work out for me at my house. We start them, and then I have to finish them.
yeah.
We got about 20 minutes of Lego. Even Wes,
Yeah.
Wes was a big Lego kid, and he would lock in for 20 minutes, and then they would sit on the counter for 2 days, and then I would finish them.
yeah, this one had like 4 train cars essentially, and each with a character, and we made it through about 2 of them with him like really helping, and I just finished them. But they're
Yeah.
for like a 4-year-old, so it didn't take me very long.
The best is when you're like sitting there playing with Legos, and I can promise you, and to my wife who watches this podcast, like this was not something I enjoyed to do, but I had to do it. You know, like it's on the table, you have to get done. You're going as fast as you can, but it makes you feel unhelpful when she's like cleaning the kitchen and doing the dishes and stuff, and you're
TJ's
sitting
over there playing with toys.
playing with Legos, but for the sole purpose of getting it done.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you can't just leave a Lego unlegoed.
No, we have one in our little workout room that we've had unfinished for quite a while. So we have to hide from the babies because they like to steal Lego pieces. So we take ours, and then it's outside out of mine, and we don't really do it. But no, that's good, sweet. How about scripture stuff? You kind of TJ, you touched on Ezekiel, working through that. I'll tell you what I'm kind of going through right now is Psalms and reading David's words. Kind of dawned on me today as I was reading it. It's like that's basically his journal, it seems like. And so like I kind of think about him being the leader and how much respect he has from the Jews and looking back at, you know, everything's King David, like he was had a lot of respect from those around him, it seemed like, and did a lot of good things, but like internally, the stuff he was going through, like emotionally and depression, anxiety, those sorts of things, and how he cried out to God to deliver him from that, and like the truths he would speak to God, like knowing, like I know you'll deliver me through this, but like I'm hurting, kind of stuff. And it's just interesting to me. Like I think my big takeaway from that is like pray for your leaders, because like spiritual warfare is real, and those in leadership are getting attacked the most, and some fail and some persevere through, and but yeah, reading through that and kind of keeping that mindset of like David's struggling with a lot of stuff, and yeah, that's hard.
I think, and I don't know if it's just like my son loves the David movie and everything, the soundtrack. It's like half of what we listen or watch when we do that. And so he gets really excited when we like read a David story at night or anything. I don't know if this is recency bias, but I think he's like becoming one of my favorite like characters in the Bible, just because of like his story, and then I think all his mess ups too. Like I think there's a lot to like learn from and applicable, like very easily applied.
It's relatable.
Yeah,
it's very relatable to a man, and you know, the weight of the world's on his shoulders to deliver the kingdom, and but has mess ups and self reflection, and like he's does all the.
Yeah, I think I like that he has all those mess ups, and he's still like known as like a man after God's own heart.
Yeah, it's not like you're not a failure when you screw up.
Yeah. And this is Tatum. I guess she had the David story or something at VBS this week, and she said that when the kids were learning about David, she started talking about King David, and they're like, "No, he wasn't a king; he was a shepherd." And it's like because so much of the kid-friendly stories end like when he becomes king.
Yeah.
You know, like the David movie, it stops when, you know,
True.
like it doesn't really show Saul dying. It skips that, but like they don't know all the rest of his life.
Yeah, it's like once you get power, right? Like that's interesting to think about. So like the enemy doesn't have foreknowledge, right? God has foreknowledge. So like David leading up to be king, God knew he was going to be king all along.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean the enemy knows that he's going to be king. And so like once you have power, you're in a position of power, like the enemy probably recognizes that and attacks you even more. And so like
Went after him harder.
yeah. And so that's and then you have everything, life gets easy, you start relying so much on God, you make some decisions on your own and get in the way.
Yeah, and I think like you've got money, you've got power, like you've got things to make things easier.
Yeah.
You know, but I think David to some extent still came back to God, you know.
And you think about
I'm
that.
not saying it was always right, but
Yeah. Well, you think about that and we're men and like in your own household, like you're single, you want a job, you graduate college, you're single, you want a job, you want a girl, you find your wife, you have your job, you have your money, you buy your trucks, you buy your house, you have your wife, you get comfortable, you start making bad decisions, you do bad things, you lose your wife, you lose your house, you lose things. And so like keeping your head about you, like no, not every man is ruling a kingdom, but every man is the head of their household and has a responsibility in that. I mean, that's interesting. But so keep our head about us, right? As men.
What about you?
Yeah. Keep your eyes on the prize.
There's a poem that is not biblical, and some of it is not biblical, but Rudyard Kipling, who I think is Rudyard Kipling, he wrote a poem. He's the guy that wrote the Jungle Book, but he wrote a poem. I can't remember what the name was called, but it's about being a man, and there's a lot of stuff in there that's actually very wise. So again, I don't endorse it all. It's called If. I may even read it.
If. Yeah, and I think, obviously just because something's not biblical doesn't mean there's not truths or value in it.
It says, if, I may skip some of it because some of it is I don't agree with, but if you can keep your head when all about you are losing their head and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about and don't deal in lies, or being hated but don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, which is, I don't think you should gamble your life savings, but and lose it and start at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. Again, you can take risks in life, but maybe not all your life savings. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they're gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can feel the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, then you'll be a man, my son. And so I've talked about that with the boys some too, and that's just kind of a lot of wisdom in that, and just how to handle life as a man. Obviously, there's nothing in here about Christ, which would be the only thing that would even remotely prepare you to handle this. But
well, that first little bit just sounded like a proverb, I thought.
Yeah,
like,
if you can keep your head when all about you is losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. So,
yeah, I think the difference there would be like, what is keeping you centered?
Yeah.
Right. And so like, that's the missing piece, like you said, but that's all truthful things. It's just the missing piece is Christ is what keeps you centered. That's good.
But don't wager you would probably say as a financial planner not to wager your life winnings on
No.
a game of pitch and toss.
You would advise that also?
I would not advise that.
Oh, okay.
No, I would not advise that. But Alex says you can't lose more than 100%, but you can gain more than 100%.
Yeah.
So that's poor advice, I would say. He's a learning man. Yeah, he's an apprentice. He's a learning.
Spent all weekend playing golf and swimming in the creek.
Yeah. So
He also just walked into the room.
Alex. He
He
is
has
here.
no idea what we're talking about.
He's here, and
Mike, good. We didn't really test it.
but yeah, no, that's good stuff. So, man. So Brandon, did you have anything as far as that goes?
Man, I said, I think last life group, we talked about it a little bit. I have better discipline to go work out than I have to read my Bible right now. And it's something I want to, and I just have not set aside that time, And so it's a lot easier for me to find 30 minutes to go work out right now than it is to read my Bible. And it shouldn't be like that. But
Yeah, that's real. I mean, that happens.
Let me make one touch. I just did a little Google search on Rudyard Kipling. Widely criticized as a paternalistic racist and championed white supremacy. So we're not going, bold here. We're talking about the bold.
Yeah, the words. Yeah.
And I think the Jungle Book was a pretty, British imperialistic book, but we're not touching on those things.
I mean,
We're not celebrating him. We're celebrating that one idea.
well,
thanks for the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, this is a podcast that has boundaries.
yeah. So I mean, that's a good reminder, Brandon, and keeping our mind about us and trying to focus
get
on
back on
what the-
track.
Yeah. Hey, good deal. Do you have a health update? Health minute? Health?
Man, this is just a little bit of an issue we've been going through lately, and I think it's just to kind of keep things in perspective for everybody else. So my wife had like a test done. It got billed. It came back as out of network. Okay, so we've met our deductible on our high deductible health plan. Shouldn't have to pay anything more after that, but we got a $200 bill. Watching it like I do, I was like, this isn't right. And we saw an in-network doctor. We shouldn't have this bill. And so we called insurance, called the lab place. Apparently, they have different numbers that doctors can bill through. And so they billed this lab or test, whatever it was, through a different number that's not in network with their insurance. And so they've got to have this changed. But most people would have just paid that $200 back. Like they got that just I owe this. So watch out for that. And then through that process, we didn't ever get a EOB, explanation of benefits, from our insurance. Through that process, because recently we had to reach back out because we got another bill because it hasn't been fixed. So we learned that they sent it back off, showed that the claim was denied from the lab group. Insurance says we didn't get that claim. We didn't get the second one through that. Called the lab place back again, and they said that, yes, they may not get it. Something wasn't right when we sent it off. And so it's just like the lack of communication there between A and B. But it's getting close to the 90-day window where it's like it gets sent to collections. And so they've had to essentially restart it, rebill it, so it doesn't go to collections for us. And they try to get this number fixed and send it to insurance and everything. But the EOBs, you get those when insurance has processed a claim, which I, didn't know. Maybe I should have known that. But so if you get a bill and you don't have an EOB to match, that means insurance has not processed it.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So watch for your
How
EOBs.
much money did you potentially save?
Well, it should be in network, and so we shouldn't have to, since we've met our deductible on HSA and we don't have anything after that, or our high deductible plan, we shouldn't have to pay $200. So it's like 0
You're
or
paying
204
attention is going to
yeah.
save you $204.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the things that people need to
I
know.
throw
It's
my
like,
EOBs away when they come in.
Yeah.
I know what they look like. I just throw them in the trash.
Well,
Not
this
even
was
open
the
them.
best explanation on an EOB I'd gotten, that it was like, this means the claim has processed.
that's
you
cool.
know?
And you're
So-
you're a health advisor, and
Yeah.
that's the first time you've heard that. And so like an average person has no
The average person
Cool.
throws them in the trash.
throws them in the trash. TJ's the average person. Yeah. No, same.
I'm the average health consumer.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, good deal. Well, we're gonna have our Gen Z movie review.
Too bad he's not on camera.
I know. Our new camera's hadn't come in the mail yet, so it's supposed to come in this week. So we'll hopefully have our camera set up. We'll have 4 cameras. We'll be able to, have
We need to get him on there.
have
on camera. You got a significant other, lady, other friend. You need to get you on camera so we can. Pending. Okay.
Pending.
Okay. Well,
Put
then
him on
don't put him on
put
camera.
him on
yet.
blast.
I was just asking.
I'm kidding.
It's not blast. Just
Um,
didn't know if we needed to highlight him or not.
yeah. Well, so Gen Z movie review. Luke's the movie guy. Well, I don't know. TJ, you're probably a movie guy too. Are you a movie guy?
Well, we watched. We're trying. We have more time.
Yeah.
Now, so we watched a few movies this
Yeah.
week.
Luke has 1 kid and 1 baby, so he has more time.
We've stayed up late watching movies. I actually thought about Gen Z movie reviews because I was going to do a millennial movie review of one that came out when we were kids. Waterworld. You ever seen that one?
No, well, maybe I remember it.
Watched it for
Yeah.
the first time.
Did you like it?
It's all right.
It's interesting.
It was very much, if you've seen, and I know that this came first, so it may have been geared toward that, but what's the movie? It's kind of like the Book of Eli. It's kind of like Mad Max, where it's just these outlaws, these marauders chasing the main guy all over this world made of water because the world flooded back in the day. And so I don't want to run it for him. He may want to watch it too.
Yeah.
But it was
It's called.
Waterworld. It is.
When did that come out?
Like, I don't remember.
I'll
I looked it
look.
up, like 90, maybe 90.
Who's the main character? Who's the main actor? 1995. So that's in the sweet spot.
Dutton. What's his name? Mr. Dutton from the Yellowstone. Can't think.
Kevin
of
Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah. Didn't he grow? Well, I'm not gonna say. Never mind.
Yeah.
I've heard things about that movie.
But it's just interesting though because I've seen a lot of Kevin Costner lately, and then to go back to original Kevin Costner when he's in his probably early 30s and scaling walls and stuff. It's like
A lot different
a
than
lot different.
cowboying and walking around.
And so I had this
Yellowstone.
thought:
He was in Hot Springs recently.
if you're a guy, really,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
if you're a person who has spent their whole life in front of a camera, I wonder how you look at, like, I look at old pictures of the kids, look at old pictures of myself, but these are, something every month. But like, I wonder if he looks at himself in his early 90s movies and is like, what does that feel like?
Well, I would imagine it has something to do with the concentration of plastic surgeons in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of those. For a reason, I think there's a lot of people, a lot of surgeons out there.
Like
that-
in the movie, he climbs this big tall ship mast, and
Yeah.
he's just like, and I was like, I wonder if 60-year-old Kevin Costner thinks about, man.
I was going to
used
say, he's probably also like, man, I'm 60 and I'm walking around the Yellowstone, and back then I was climbing buildings, and I should have been paid a lot more for that.
Yeah, probably. He's probably
Yeah.
getting paid now. But anyway, sorry to derail, but we
No, that's
watched that
good.
movie for the sole sake of trying to catch up on some classics.
That's good.
Things we've never seen that people talk about.
Yeah.
Check it
Awesome.
out.
Yeah, so we got Alex. The movie you watched this week was what?
I watched The Fugitive.
The Fugitive. I've seen that. You asked me if I've seen it. I think I've seen it, but
Is
it's
that Wesley Snipes' Fugitive? Which one is? There's a bunch of movies that have similar titles of that era that I get them confused.
I'm bad with actors.
Is that Blade?
that's Blade. isn't
No,
it?
he's in The Fugitive too, I think, and it's.
Who's in The Fugitive?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Oh, I think I can see I see them in like in their VHS DVD
Yeah.
like, boxes is what I see.
Yeah.
The visual that you
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Let's see.
But I was thinking The Fugitive was that is Harrison Ford. There's another movie where the guy from Men in Black is chasing Wesley Snipes. U.S. Marshals, I think, is that one called. Nope, which one is the one Wesley Snipes? This is Tommy
Blade.
Lee Jones chasing Harrison Ford. But which one is the one with Wesley Snipes in it? It's not Blade, because I've seen that too.
Blade
sorry,
2.
sorry, I interrupted.
Is it where he's getting hunted on an island?
It's called U.S. Marshals. So it is the sequel of The Fugitive, actually. So it is very close to that.
What's the one? Isn't there one where he's getting hunted?
I don't know, but he played in
This guy's getting
1998.
hunted the
Played the
whole time.
fugitive Mark Sheridan in this The Fugitive sequel. That makes
So The Fugitive, what'd you think?
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It was real good. It's funny because Luke's the one that's not here, and we're the one that talked about it. He's the one that told me to watch it. But I asked him for something similar to Shawshank. I was like, I want a story kind of behind it. And it's funny because The Fugitive has a similar plot. In the beginning, the guy's wrongfully convicted of murdering his wife, Dr. Kimball. His wife's name was Helen. And he's sentenced to death by lethal injection. And they're on like a train transporting the prisoners. And they kind of plan an escape. But him and a guard are the only two that make it out. And then one prisoner that he saved. But it doesn't really give the update on him. He just kind of threw him off the train, and that was it. But let's see. They spend a good portion of the movie. He's on the run, trying to prove his innocence, and also trying to get away from this detective that's chasing him down. And the detectives that are on the case won't listen to anything that he has to say about being innocent. They're just wanting to track him down. And so in the later half of the movie, he finds out who killed his wife, and it's actually one of his good friends and like this guy he works with, another pharmacist. And he goes to his house, breaks into his house, calls the detectives from this guy's house, and it's like, hey, this is, what was his name? Can't think of his name, but he says, this is him. I have a big clue on who killed my wife, and hangs up and leaves. And so they track down where the call's from, and it's at this guy's house. So now the detectives are kind of starting to figure out, okay, he's innocent. He's putting us on clues here. And then the last half of the movie is this guy comes into a conference with. So the whole reason that they killed his wife is because this guy named Nichols was pushing a drug that caused liver cancer or something like that. And Dr. Kimball comes in and proves that it's causing liver cancer. And so he automatically becomes a target, obviously, because that's going to steal from the profits of this guy. And so they end up breaking into his house trying to kill him, but they kill his wife instead.
Yeah.
And so the end of the movie is them kind of figuring out who killed his wife. So the Nichols guy that hired someone to kill his wife. It was like this one-armed man. So he didn't do it himself, but, he initiated it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how it wraps up, is they find out who kills him.
I have
thought it was real
not
good.
seen it, but I recently bought it on Apple TV because it went on sale for $5.
Oh, nice.
I bought a few Harrison Ford movies, older ones that I hadn't seen, and so I own
It's a
it,
good one.
and so I will have
You
to
liked
watch
it?
it.
Yeah, it was a real good movie.
So U.S. Marshals is the sequel to that movie.
Oh,
Okay,
So
gotcha.
it's still Tommy
It's
Lee
in the
Jones.
Yeah, they
Same
both
world.
have Tommy Lee. I just saw that one. That one's not on sale, so I haven't
Which
bought
made
that
me
one.
feel better
Okay.
that I wasn't way off.
Okay. So it's of that.
Wesley Snipes
Brand.
is a fugitive.
Okay.
That's cool.
There's just some good movies back then.
So what you got? What's your rating? What's your Lighthouse ratings on that?
I'll go with 8.3 on it.
8.3. So it's good. So, but not better than Sandlot.
No. Sandlot's the highest right now.
You know what's cool is we haven't given him a bad one yet. I don't think he's reviewed one less than 5 lighthouses yet, have you?
No, I don't even think it's got down to 5.
Yeah,
What
you've
was
been at
the-
7 plus, I think, for most of them.
Yeah.
They've all been pretty solid.
Well, we can give you some bad ones if you'd like.
Oh, we don't have to do that. I enjoy watching.
Waterworld,
these.
I would give Waterworld about 5 lighthouses.
Really? Yeah.
What's a good next?
What was your takeaway? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my key takeaway. I didn't think about this beforehand.
Uh-oh.
I have a fear of being falsely accused. I do. I really do. Like I've had dreams about, nightmares about it. Like said that I've done something that I didn't do and going to prison.
I bet you have nightmares of that.
I do. I'm just
I know.
being real. Hey, man, I'm just being real.
I feel like I have the thought that I could always prove my innocence if I'm innocent.
Well, not in my dreams. You can't. I can
Well,
just tell you.
yeah, in my mind, it's like, I promise.
Yeah,
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Does that mean
I
something?
mean, you still hear about people who are being exonerated.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
they've been in prison for 20 years, and it's like, whoops, DNA evidence shows that you actually didn't do this.
Yeah.
And that was just like, what? Like, that's undescribable what that might feel like, that you've been in prison for 20 years, knowing you're innocent, and no one believed you.
Yeah, it'd be tough. So you said 8.2?
Yeah.
Lighthouse is what your takeaway? Did you got one?
Trying to think of what would be a takeaway from this movie.
Follow your dreams.
Only run from the law if you're innocent.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to steal that one. It's okay to run if you're innocent.
Okay.
Also, not. I don't know that I agree, but sure.
Well, I think you said it. So.
Fleeing justice is against the law as well, though.
Is
Cooperate.
it justice
Maybe stop
if you're
for a little bit.
innocent? Is it justice if you're innocent?
No, what did I say something about justice earlier? What were we talking about justice?
I don't know.
We didn't talk about justice.
I don't know.
Fan of justice.
I'd say you probably.
Oh, Department of Justice. That's what
Yeah,
we're talking
you
about.
probably cooperate with authorities. How about that?
While running, like lead them on the case.
Like you did.
That-
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
If he would have cooperated
Like he was
sooner,
trying
he
to
probably
help.
could have proved his innocence sooner. But he cooperated and was getting sent to the chair as well. So
Oh, there you go.
The old chair.
both sides of it.
Okay. Well, good deal. Well,
What's next movie?
yeah. What's the next movie? He
you
doesn't
have a
know.
list?
Talk about that.
You got the list,
Do
yeah.
have a list.
Give us some names on that list. We'll pick one.
All right.
If we could get a little more audience participation, we could let you guys pick what he watches.
Yeah. All right. Audience is growing a little bit, but no one's commenting. So
The
give us some
comments are
comments.
fun. By the way, when you make fun comments, we can rebut them in person or on the stream.
We've got When Nature Calls, Mission Impossible.
You haven't seen Mission Impossible? You're into some
Impossible.
action movies. You probably need to do Mission
Mission
Impossible.
Impossible's good.
Yeah.
There's a great twist in that one.
Yeah, do Mission Impossible.
We'll do
That's
Isn't
easy.
there multiple? Or?
Yeah, there's
like
several.
9 of
Yeah,
them.
there's
The most
a
recent
lot.
I
one
think
just
that's why I
came
was gonna
out.
watch it and didn't.
Yeah,
because
just-
there was-
The
there
most
was one
recent
of
one just came out. We watched it in theaters.
Yeah.
Not long
You haven't
ago.
seen any of them?
them.
Okay, yeah.
Start with the first one.
Yeah, just
One's
watch the
good.
first one. Have you seen Top Gun? Like the original Top Gun? Okay.
The new Top Gun's good too.
Gotcha. Well, good deal.
We'll do that.
Well, good deal, guys. Well, how do we sign this thing off? I don't know. I'm not experienced.
You throw your mic.
I got to throw my mic. My computer's going to get hit. Well, we learned some things today. Stay truthful, stay faithful, and we hope you have a case of the Mondays.